I actually saw the survey. I believe from the moment when I recorded the video, nothing really changed that much. Like, San Fan was the top priority for sure, and most likely he's going to be a big release for some kind of anniversary, I believe. I wish to have Igris, like, not SAP, but in the upcoming future, it would be cool. I personally voted for him, and I think it's going to be an interesting take because we will have a chance to, maybe discover a little bit of his story more. Let's say they will be able to explain some stuff about him, and it's going to be interesting how they're going to present him as a shadow that you're going to be able to play, or is it going to be the version of Igris before becoming a shadow? This might be interesting. I don't know. I'm personally excited to see him more even than Ilhan, not gonna lie to you. For the most difficult, I personally disagree because in my opinion right now they are providing a lot of materials for shadows. Like, even free-to-play players, just those of them who are playing from the very beginning of the game, they're actually able to rise up their shadow army kind of decent. The armor suffers a lot, and I mean it requires you to have really a lot of materials to upgrade it further right now. It's crazy. For the most difficult, well, I guess comparable to all the rest parts, yes, Workshop of Brilliant Light is kind of difficult, but maybe Proof is strong, and because of all these transitions that we have between phases. And as always, it's the question about the TP. For SGW, we have a broken build, which is able to carry you through every one of them. I guess even if we're going to have the wobble, which is going to be resistant to wind element, we will be able to still clear it, at least with SGW, if not with the hunters. So, I mean, that's fine. More content like story original work. This might be interesting, but for me personally, it's not like the top priority. I didn't really vote for the PvP content. For me, by my understanding, it might be a little bit boring because we're talking about the gacha games and people spending into this game, so whenever we're going to talk about the PvP content, it means that it's supposed to be equal for everyone. Some specific builds, I don't know, something like that. It's kind of, for me, curious to see how they're going to manage it. I'm not sure about it. I personally am more excited about the, how it calls, co-op modes, some stuff like that, which is going to be meaningful. For me, this is going to be more cool and interesting. Because in terms of the story, again, I have a feeling they're doing overall not a bad work. They're introducing like additional chapters which hasn't been presented in original story. So with that aspect, that's fine for me. That's okay. Here again, my statement remains the same. It's all about the weapons for SW. He suffers kinda a lot here. Hunter growth, me personally, I don't see any struggles. If you're in a late game, you are able to gather enough materials, you're able to spend them. Even if you have hunters that you are not playing, they have like events where you're able to reset your hunters and use materials for most recent and most important hunters. So I don't know, this is kind of weird for me. For the gates, yeah, makes sense. Well, nothing special here, but anyways, what do we have? The raid. So here overall they're saying that they're going to present the new, let's say, co-op mode with the architect, where you will be able to participate together with the other hunter. And for me, the most important part here is going to be about, again, having some meaning to this mode. Like, is it going to be just the question about the TP once again? will it going to require you to have different setups of maybe hunters, I don't know, to actually really coordinate with the other player, to, you know, call your friends, being on Discord, communicate together about your actions. If they will be able to manage it this way, this is going to be cool. What do you think, guys? This is additional ways to farm materials, I guess. They're just going to provide some tasks where you will be able to send your shadows and farm some additional materials for growth efficiency. Yeah, I mean, not a bad thing. It makes sense because we all know that from original story he was scouting probably the entire world to see what's going on out there, so additional moments for farming, not a bad thing to do. They can actually solve the issue about some growth materials for the Shadow Army, for the Armory as well. For me personally, I don't know, I want to build up my gems, like for real. I still missing quite some of them. For the collab units, me personally, I don't know. What do you think, guys? 3 units upcoming, and after that there's going to be another one, Hunter, which is going to be kinda important to summon. Krieg, so you're saving for Ilhan already. Doesn't matter when he is going to be released, you're going to skip all the hunters that are going to be released before him, yeah? Maybe it's a way, but I don't know. I have a feeling that skipping some of them is going to be at some point a mistake. Not gonna lie, Miyun losing all that luster from POD with the hard mode change makes me feel ripped off. Yeah, that's what I was saying from the very beginning, like the main issue for me is about some point of a challenging aspect. Let's say you still able to clear the content with old hunters, but when we're talking about the competitive aspect and the top end modes, they just require you to have the new hunters. Hey Nestix, welcome. I don't know, like here they're presenting 3 hunters. Yeah, it's kinda understandable that they're going to be not that hard to summon, but still it's going to require you materials, and after that most likely they are going to release another one hunter, which is going to be kinda important for this competitive aspect. Me personally, I don't know, I think that the most important hunter from this trio is going to be the Dark unit, because right now the Dark element is the weakest one, so we will have to see what this hunter is going to provide us. She's going to be the lady with the scythe, and I have a feeling it's going to be a DPS, just they're going to release all of them as DPS units. Can you imagine it's going to be a surprise and just a single one hunter, some of them, is going to be released as a support unit, for example for the fire setup? This is going to be something. Dark sucks. Well, Cass, you were saying that you're enjoying the Dark team. I'm joking. Overall, yeah, their performance is kinda terrible. You know what, I have a feeling that they're going to present the collab units here, and we'll get ourselves the new Dark unit who is going to be DPS, and I guess it's going to be more strong than Charlotte right now. But after that, they're going to release another Dark unit who is going to be a DPS and who is going to be stronger than this collab unit. That's just my feeling right now. For Kasaka, yeah. Well, yeah, agree. But also we don't have a content for the Dark team right now. Maybe some weeks when we have them in simulation. What else? POD, like right now with the hard mode, oh my god, it's going to be such a mess. Kenji, I hope the same way, like Just this is the way how things are working, at least right now. We received 2 collab units. They are great, no questions, but older versions of the characters, let's say our Wetcha and Thomas, they are still stronger, even with the fact that Thomas has been released quite a while ago. Yeah, he received an upgrade, let's say some sort of a treatment, which is nice, not gonna lie. With Charlotte, they're saying that they're going to balance the Dark team. It's going to be an interesting thing to see how they're going to balance them out. If Charlotte is going to receive the same treatment as Thomas, or maybe even better. Can you imagine? This is going to be just insane. Compared to the wind, no element is hitting enough. True. Fuck Thomas. Trick. Well, yeah, I don't know. I personally don't use him that much right now, even for simulation gates. Like, we have everywhere dual elements, and right now I have a feeling that the way that they are presenting elements, you always have a better option. I might be wrong here, but yeah, for POD and Guild Boss, no questions, he is decent right now. 29 billion last week? With the Guild Boss, you mean? Or was that POD? Are you talking about POD? What? Anyways, yeah, the balance about the Dark Hunters is going to be probably one of the most interesting parts here, because they might bring them on another level. They might. It can be the case. What else? New Guild Boss, not a bad thing, not gonna lie. Ant Queen and Pakna, I'm kinda tired of them. Giant Statue. Anyways, I'm not a real fan of Guild Boss. Interesting to see how the gimmicks are going to work. Is he going to require more defense penetration or more damage increase, or maybe something else? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Story. So we will have more materials to farm. Not bad. Battle tier up to level 90. That's insane. I mean, I have a feeling that's enough for another year or something like that. That's crazy. Tier 90. I just reached 75, I guess. And it's like, what, 2.8 million. Yeah. After analyzing recent combat data, we determined that Dark attribute hunters have difficulty gaining an advantage compared to other attributes. Finally, they admitted it. It's a fact. So their balance will be adjusted upward. Yeah, again, waiting for it. Really waiting for it. It needs to be done, for sure. Features that the hunters can focus more on their available time on combat. Level up all skill button. Okay, I mean, life quality features, it's always great when they're making them not broken. Could've got ACL Kanaya. Well, I wish we knew way more than we actually did at that time, but it is what it is. We have what we have. Yeah, overall I can say that pushing higher than A5, if you're not talking about the competitive aspects of the game, like again Guild Boss or POD, it's not that important. With A5 hunters you're most likely able to clear pretty much everything, and in terms of total power it's not such a huge difference between A10 and A5. It gives a difference, yeah, but not a huge. Stat wise, well, yeah, but again, it's kind of okay. For the training room, finally, I mean, I hope they are going to do it correctly, that you will be able to actually set certain stats, certain, I don't know, attributes for the dummies on its own. Maybe you will be able to balance your own stats as well, apply certain effects from different gears to test it out. This might be interesting. This is going to give a whole lot of things to do for different testers, for those who are interested to dive deeper into mechanics of the game, and maybe even for new players this is going to be kind of helpful to understand how the game works. So yeah, not a bad one. The new chapter? Okay, hidden chapter, I guess. Yep. PvP content, they're saying here that they're taking their time to actually manage it correctly and prepare for it, and that's fine. I mean, you know, just have some meaningless and stupid fights against each other without any real reason or proper rewards, or pushing in a preference that the pay to win players is going to be just a disaster. So I wish them to prepare this content in a right way. I also want to see, as I already been saying before, the co-op modes being as a permanent event, not just, you know, as a raid for Jeju Island or something like that, but a permanent thing. For PoE, the hard mode, yeah, right now it's interesting. Next week's Power Destruction hard mode event, where top 3000 hunters will be able to gain the skin. I won't be among them. I understand it, but anyways, this is going to be interesting to see the world leadership for this event, just to see how many crazy players we have. We're gonna have to test the test mode somehow. Yeah, I guess. The code is decent. Like, rewards wise, they're providing some good codes, especially the late time. So they kind of felt that they made some mistakes and they're kind of messed up with their game, so they're trying to fix it in all possible ways. They even fixed the hunters. I mean, if I recall it correctly, the problem was about the Leonard, that he was bugged, and they kind of fixed him really quick, not waiting for the next update. Kinda a W for them. Anyways, I like the way that they're finally presenting the full amount of their thoughts, their feedback to players, service, and so on, and they're kind of trying to start listening and really giving certain feedback to the most painful questions and trying to solve them. Let's say altogether, this is a move in the right direction, by my understanding. They still have a lot of things to do and focus on and improve, but anyways, it's not a bad thing. And also, I believe they're providing certain content with a delay to September, but because they're pushing some content in August. So that's fine, I was watching it, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, itself, the content that they pushed backwards, that's fine. Makarov, welcome. So yeah, guys, what do you think overall? Are you positive about it? Are you positive about the direction that devs are taking right now? Or still kinda have some questions?